Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lawrence Bing and today we are doing a review on an STP by FTM Essentials. I'm doing my first review on an STP by FTM Essentials. I've got a discount code for all of you guys at the end of the video. If you use the code BING10, you'll get 10% off on the products. I have not been paid to do this video. This is my honest review, but I do highly recommend this brand, FTM Essentials, because they do have quite high products and they're really good quality. The only thing I do wish is I wish they had a store in Australia so the shipping wasn't that expensive. That's the only thing I do wish. So I'm doing a review on the Model A STP from FTM Essentials, which is, now just remember, this is for educational purposes and a review purpose only. So this is the Model A STP. It looks like this. And I will be comparing it to the cheaper version from FTM Essentials, which I can't remember what this is actually called, so I might actually put that up on screen. So this is the cheaper one. Please focus, thank you. So it's the cheaper one. The cheaper one does cost $15 USD. Now you can do the change rate on the website or on Google to figure out what the price is in your area, plus also the shipping as well is on top of that. So it's $15 just for the actual product for the cheaper one. Now the Model A is about $80. So it's a little bit more on the pricey range, but I wanted to compare them both at a cheaper range and a pricier range to see what is better, the pros and cons in both of them, because I find that's the most helpful for you guys, or people that either want to be educated on it or people that do need the tips and tricks and a review to know which is better for them. Of course, everyone is different. Everyone has their own different opinions as well on the product. Now this Model A, I do find it really easier to hold. So holding it like this, it's easier to hold, it's easier to aim, it's quite better all round. Besides, as long as you do, of course, position it correctly. If you don't position it correctly, that's when there's a little bit of an issue and a little bit of a problem. If you position it correctly, it will work perfect. And I do find this one a lot better than the cheaper one. But with the positioning wise, this is better because there is more of a hole than the skinnier one, but there is less. So comparing them both, you can see what I do mean by positioning it correctly. It works a lot better and goes a long way in the end. But I find if there is practice involved, practice always makes perfection. So this is worth the price for me. So it's better to aim when it came to me trialing the product than the cheaper one, because it's just easier to hold and it's easier to kind of move. Only of course if you position it correctly, as it's harder to use than the cheaper one within the positioning aspect and area of things, which it takes a lot more practice getting used to than the cheaper one. The quality and the feeling of the Model A STP is a lot better. I do find it is more, I guess, kind of not realistic as means, but it just feels a lot better quality. The only thing I would have to say is actually the weight. This is a lot heavier within the weight wise. They feel, I would have to say, more thicker. So they're thick, they're not soft, I would have to say. So there'll be no issue. Now, as you can see, they're both slightly different colors, but I do find this color suits my skin a lot more because I always feel the cold and I'm kind of a bit, of course I'm pale, but I'm a bit more red slash purpley tone. So I would have to say this lighting, this one suits my skin a little bit more better than this one, but it changes. Let's just say that. So I find model A is better to my skin and my skin tone. They're both the light and the cut version, not uncut, sorry, the cut version. So cut means there is texture, there is like veins, there is more of an image with the cut. The uncut doesn't have, it's just the as a packer, this is probably not the ideal thing. So it's only really used for an STP only. I would have to say the only way this can work as a packer, say this is you, is if it's in like that. You can't do it like that because look at how it's way too much. And you can't do it underneath either. So, because it's that much underneath. So it doesn't really work unless it's like that onto your body. This is a lot better. You can slightly fold it, or you can go underneath, which is what I normally do. So this is the only part that does show, or you can do it up ways if you wanted to as well. There is zero backflow as long as you position it correctly. Now I do state that a lot because positioning comes a big part on no issues. So yeah, as long as you position it correct, you're fine. If you don't position it correctly, that's when there can be some issues. So practice makes perfection. Does take a little bit of getting used to, but the more you do it, the more easier it gets. So I'm going to show you guys and test it for you all just by using a bottle of water. So just hear me out here. I'm going to test them, show you guys, showcase them to all, and yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is just a small review. Thank you so much, FTM Essentials. Do really appreciate you guys. I have purchased for you from you guys beforehand, before this video, before we did this collaboration. So thank you so much. And just remember everyone, the discount code for 10% off is Bing10 in capital letters. I'm not too sure if the letters matter, but I'm sure the letters do matter. So Bing10 all together, no spaces, and you'll get that 10% off.